to the 2021 Fundinger Famuation. This commencement celebrates those who are graduating from the University of Massachusetts Easton in collaboration with the College of Humanities and Fine Arts at UMass Amherst. I am welcoming you today on behalf of our founder of this university, Mary Ann Fundinger, who personally wants to thank each and every one of you for attending. So please have a warm welcome to our 2021 graduates from UMass at Easton.
We don't have a high graduation rate.
Yes. You did it! So proud! Today we will be hearing from a few speakers who will remark on the success we are celebrating today, share their own words of wisdom, and wish you all well in your future endeavors. But please let me be the first to say congratulations to the class of 2021. You are UMass.
Oh.
First up, I would like to welcome our Board of Alumni, Mr. Robert Gorman.
Yeah.
I love the stoic face.
Serious occasion.
That's it.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, and friends. I am Robert Gorman, the president of the UMass Amherst Alumni Association's Board of Directors. This continues to be an interesting and unprecedented year, and that's why I'm especially pleased to extend my hearty congratulations to you, the resilient, dynamic, and history-making class of 2021. You did it.
Yeah.
On behalf of the UMass Amherst Alumni Association, welcome. You are joining the Minuteman alumni family. We are so pleased to have you as the university's newest alumni, and we're so proud of what you all have accomplished.
Get it!
You are now a special part of a group of more than 400,000 people all over the world. Our community is large, but we share a common bond. Our commitment to service, to each other, and to the global community. Wherever your path after graduation takes you, remember, you are always a Minuteman, and you always have a connection to your alma mater. You join the illustrious ranks of those such as Daily Show correspondent Rob Cordroy, TV host and conservationist Jeff Corwin, our favorite dropout, Richard Gere, and comic co-creator and illustrator Peter Laird. I'm reminded now of a quote from one of Laird's creations. The path that leads to what we truly desire is long and difficult, but only by following that path do we achieve our goal. And another from that same work. As you move into the future, cowabunga! Becoming an alum is not the end of your journey with the university, it is a milestone. I strongly encourage you to stay involved by finding your local alumni chapter, attending an alumni event on campus or in your community, networking with fellow Minutemen and answering every call that will send to you in request for more money. Every single call. We cannot wait to see what you do next. So, again, congratulations. You were, you are, UMass.
Thank you, Robert Gorman. I would also like to introduce our commencement address of this evening, Miss Liana Guzman.
Yes.
Miss Liana.
Before I go through my commencement address, I do have a special writing here. I have a message from one Miss Kristen Shea.
Oh.
Sam, over the course of the last 8 years, I've had the privilege of witnessing you grow into the amazing person and artist you are today. The future is bright in our education because of newcomers like you. The passion you bring to the art education landscape is palpable. I'm going to circle back to an excerpt from The Time in a Bottle, circa 2017, because the sentiments still ring true now more than ever. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because if you're making mistakes, then you are making new things, trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing yourself and your world. You're doing things you've never done before, and more importantly, you're doing something. Make mistakes. Make glorious mistakes. Don't freeze. Don't stop. Don't worry that it isn't good enough or it isn't perfect. I hope you'll dream outrageously, that you'll make something that didn't exist before you made it, and that you will be loved and you will be liked, and that you will have people to love and to like in return. And most importantly, that you will, when you need to be wise, and that you will always be kind. You took the sentiments of that quote 4 years ago and ran with it, and it embodies the Sam Fundinger you are today. You make connections with students, inspiring them to explore their creative voices. You accept students for who they are and get excited when you see something happen for them. The grace and empathy you exhibit comes forward in nearly every interaction you have with your students. The beauty of all this is that it really is just only the beginning for you. You have such a bright and brilliant future ahead, and I will be cheering you on all along. Congrats. You have it. Congratulations, my fellow UMass Amherst alumna. I'm so proud of you. So once again, welcome graduates, families, esteemed guests, and small furry things. I am Liana Gorman, high school math teacher extraordinaire. I do not feel worthy of joining some of the great commencement speakers I have had pleasure of hearing, but here I am. You did it, class of 2021. Welcome to your commencement. Let's take a closer look at that word, commencement. To commence, according to Webster's dictionary, is to begin, to start. So why do they use that word to describe your graduation? Isn't graduating a symbol of ending an educational journey? What are you supposed to commence? A job or career? Real world living, whatever that is? Having responsibility? How can you commence when everything seems to be ending? Think of a baby bird. They like their nest, chilling with their baby bird siblings, getting fed by mama, basking in the sun. Everything's going great. One day mama tells the bird that they have to go out on their own and survive without her. Baby gets scared, doesn't understand, and thinks everything is ending. Without more warning or preparation or time to complete the end of life as baby knows it, mama throws the baby out of the nest. Commence, she yells. Well, not really, but you get what I mean. Graduation definitely feels like an end to so many things. When I commenced, all I could think about were all the things that would cease to exist. No more mac and cheese Thursdays trying to prep for whatever impossible task one of my professors had in store for us. School as I had known it for the past 18 years of my life was done. There was no longer an adult whose job it was to advise me or to keep track of my paperwork. I knew some of my friendships would change or end. College life was over, just as I felt I was finally getting into a groove and figured out how to navigate it all. It was the end of spending most of my time in my friend's room, to being part of extracurriculars, the end of being old enough to be considered an adult in society, but young enough to still be a student and a kid in many ways to most people without many true responsibilities. I had thought that once I graduated, everything would be fine. I knew everything was going to change and that little things might be difficult sometimes, but I assumed that since for the first 22 years of my life I played by the rules, behaved, got good grades, etc., that it would be kind of downhill from there. I imagined that I would get my own place to live, get the job I wanted right away. I mean, they need teachers, right? And that I would find my own success. Well, you all know how that turned out. I lived at home, and still do, but I kicked my parents out a couple years ago, so that's good. I took many MTELs, like it was going out of style. Is that even a saying anymore? And went through many different jobs. I still feel like I have not found my forever teaching home. And in terms of success, what does that even mean? Money? Job security? Power? Love? All I knew was that everything got harder, cost more money, took up more of my time, and became way more complicated. All throughout life, family, teachers, counselors, and other adults try their best to prepare you for life after college. And they tell you that things will be different and difficult. Most young people, as a result, build up ideas in their minds about what they think others or their own meaning of success is. It does not mean that everything has to end. This, here and now, is your commencement, your beginning. It is the beginning of whatever the hell you want it to be. The beginning of whatever the rest of your life is going to be. What most people don't tell you is that education and schooling are merely the tutorial of the game of life. During this phase, you learn the rules, expectations, language, how to communicate effectively, how to problem solve, and how to start, build, develop, and end relationships with all kinds of people. After all of that, all 22 years of that, now is when you get to start. You commence on level 1. You have all the necessary knowledge and tools and have completed all of the prerequisites. You get to start to create and develop the person you want to be and the life you want to lead. But remember, you're still new, still getting your footing, still learning and trying and striving. It is up to you to make your choices. Find information, act on your own thoughts or wants, budget your money, and react to everything around you. There are plenty of people to guide you, family, friends, news reporters, doctors, colleagues, bosses, mentors, etc. But ultimately, all choices are now yours. So many people have given you advice and will continue to do so. Some of their advice have probably been really great and helpful. Some of it not so much. It is impossible to remember everything everyone has tried to tell you. And that's okay. It's not the information you obtain that matters, but how you use what you do, absorb, to shape yourself, your life, and your world. So class of 2021, commence.
Thank you, Mrs. Gorman. That was wonderful, and I think truly has touched my heart and my head and how I want to move forward in my life. So thank you so much for attending. As we have a performance coming up by Play Space, please enjoy.
Everybody put your hands together.
What time is it? Showtime!
You ready for your big moment?
Keep your rare shot.
She's like, we're gonna fight someone.
That was it. Thank you.
Quick change.
Thank you for that wonderful performance by PlaySpace. Hello, distinguished guests, faculty, and fellow graduates of 2021. Let me begin again by saying congratulations. We did it. Milestones as graduating college are always worth celebrating, especially when it occurs during such a unique time in history. So thank you for allowing me to speak on your behalf today as I recount our time in college. As I entered college campus as a first year, I was nervous, but excited to see how my time at college would shape me. I felt alone, scared, and lost as this new world was set before me. I hoped this multicultural and diverse school would provide me with the experiences and knowledge beyond classrooms, such as meeting friends and immersing myself in different cultures and traditions. Outside of studies, I also hoped that UMass's infamous reputation was true. That the food was the best campus food ever. What did you think I was gonna say? Freshman year was a year full of firsts and new beginnings. I made new friends, tried new activities, took outlandish classes such as drawing for kindergarteners, no joke, and learned how to share a bedroom for the first time. This year was the beginning of finding out more about myself. I challenged myself to be more than what society expects of me, more than what my teachers thought of me, and more than what my parents believed I should be. As I took the first few steps of individualism on campus, I knew that I was going to make this my own. Moving back to a dorm a second time sophomore year started to feel normal. There was a sense of deja vu. The only difference is I no longer was a scared, lonely first year. I had friends to catch up with, classrooms with memories, and camp to get back to. I began to become acquainted with the university as I knew my way around. As I was only in my second year, my excitement for all of the memories to come helped drive me forward. It still felt new and exciting, but with a certain level of comfort as this has become my home. Junior year. This was my favorite move-in as I began my upperclassman title, while also knowing this wouldn't be my last time. I started choosing friends because I wanted to be around them and not just because we had classes together. I started finding the hidden gems on campus, such as Marriott meals, and if you don't know what that is, I'm sorry for you. I also ordered wings over Amherst and insomnia cookies way too many times to count. Although who are we kidding? Late night was the true unsung hero of this campus. This was the year when I finally declared my major, as I changed it countless times before. I felt prepared coming back here. This campus has become a part of me. One thing I was not ready for, though, was for this part of me to be taken away. I learned that I took this campus for granted. Who would have expected that as we left for spring break, we would not be told to return? I don't know about you, but I felt as if my world beneath my feet was crumbling. It was the saddest goodbye that I was not prepared for. Senior year, the final year. This was the year I was supposed to be on top of the world. I would have it all, confuse all of the first years who asked for directions, and skip more classes than I could think was possible while still miraculously passing. I thought senior year was going to be the best year as I was turning 21 and could experience monkey bar, stackers, and the $1 slices from Antonio's. As a freshman, I had hoped to grow on this campus and learn more about myself, and senior year certainly helped with that. I did not return to campus as my classes were remote, but I must ask, does TikTok count as a class? Because I swear I learned more through the endless scrolling of these videos than I did in most of my classes. I did miss living on campus, but I have to say, my housemates definitely kept my new place clean, and I was very well fed. Thanks, Mom and Dad. I learned more about myself as I spent more time alone. I started doing more solo activities, such as yoga, and believing a house full of 30 girls trying to date one guy could become my friends, as I knew almost everything about their life. I struggled with meeting my real friends, as talking to a screen just isn't the same. It was hard to limit social interactions, and I didn't realize how dependent I was on in-person meetings for my own health. Even as I didn't see my friends as often as I would have liked, I still found a way to celebrate a 21st birthday and make it something special. I feel as if my senior year fast-tracked my life into adulthood. Since I could not rely on the PVTA anymore, I spent my going out money on my first car. I was sad to see these funds go, but I started feeling more independent. As most of my time was consumed with hybrid teaching, I don't think I would have had much time going out anyway. As I recount my time spent at this university, I want everyone to know that this is not about what happens, but how you learn and grow from any obstacle that gets thrown your way. I'm not saying this will be easy, as many obstacles are certainly bigger than others and may even require a therapist to guide you through it. I just hope that you can learn from every experience that you encounter, grow from every obstacle you face, and seize every opportunity that you feel you will progress you forward in a direction that is healthy for you. Just know that if we can graduate amongst a global pandemic, we, the class of 2021, can accomplish anything. Thank you. No, come on in. Just in time. Just in time. So while we have our two newcomers finding a seat, if you can actually, if our professors please join us on stage. Four newcomers.
Sorry, someone's always gonna be late anyways, right?
Hello, welcome.
Hey. Lacey, come. Hi. Christine.
Come join.
You're in time.
Take some seats. There's a seat in the back, two here, and then one here. Great. Now I would like to announce the class of 2021. Should we play Palm Stance again? Or sleep?
You can play now. Sure.
Okay, David.
Music.
Cue music.
Somewhere.
Okay. Sean Matthew Aria. Michelle Elizabeth Arsenal. Alexis Bataki. Anita Bath. Justine Bieber. Odame Brownland. Perez Bueller. Tessa Chambers.
Oh my gosh,
Sandra Cheeks. Bonnie Ann Clyde. Georgia Costanza. Aaliyah Min Kremer. Jennifer Virgil Darnaho. Paula Del Vecchio. Sophia Maria DeStefano. Kenya Dewitt. Dirk Diglern. Jessica Doherty. Benjamin Dover. Rain Drucker. Alice Erickson. Hannah Marie Exum. James Bubba Fett. Francis Goon Fratelli. Cheyenne Connie Frost. Samantha Lynn Fundinger. Robin May Giancarlo. Lydia Joyce Gian Gregorio. Tova Gold. Marco Gomez. Jacob Guzman. Hildegard Kampaki.
Khaleesi.
Danielle Elizabeth Hubert. Isabel Rose Hen. Jessica Xiang Yun Zhao. Harold P. Johnson. Mandeep Ke. Connor Gavin Lahoy. Brock Lee. Sarah Johanna Levkuich. Jiyi Liu. Richard Long. Luna Lovefine. Eliza McManus Maggio. Sadie Mayes. Kevin Lone McAllister. Sean Andrew Mendez. Daly Merrill Miller. Inigo Montoyerel. Emma Kathleen Murphy. Anya Nees. Alicia Marie Nunez. Kareem Oweet. Alfred Pacino. B. Ty Pham. Julia Siobhan Renaud. Lisbeth Saland. Angela Salazar. John Siwa. Jackson Sparrow. Harriet Stiles.
Yes!
Patrick
So proud of you.
Michael Summers. Amelia Mionette Thermopolis Rinaldi. Jordana Howe Townsend. Peter Venkminer. Kira Elizabeth Vprek. Beatrice White. Dawn Simone Williams. Walter Witt. Carolyn Marie Woodward. Cheng Hugh Wu. Yu Shu Yu. Shu Yuang She. William Yates. And Michael Z. Zhao. Congratulations, class. You may have your seats. Or somewhere.
Or somewhere.
To conclude the ceremony, I would like to bring back up our Board of Alumni, Robert Gorman.
Not going to keep you all long. As you go forward, keep in mind you are a representative of UMass, of your families, and of your friends. With that, congratulations, class of 2021. We will conclude today's ceremony. Graduates, meet your families.
Where'd you go on? You must have taken a class. How are you?
I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way I like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight. You're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
I know you even got my enemy in there.